こんにちは、青木ゆなです。ロッカースケーティングポッドキャストへようこそ。
Well, I am so excited. I've been trying to get this interview to be happening for quite a while, but I have Yuna Aoki on the podcast. Yuna, thank you for joining me from Japan, right? You're still in
Yeah.
Japan?
Yes. No, Japan.
I love that. I love that you're here. It's just like I've been wanting to talk to you for so long. But you're heading to Europe soon, right? To be on Art on Ice, is that right?
Yes. はい、そうです。
Tell me about your season. It started off okay, right? You were you were competing. It was you were putting some good skates out there, but not things that you were incredibly excited about. But then came the sensational performances at Japan Nationals and at Four Continents. Tell me about how your season has gone so far this year.
前半は少し調子が上がらなかったんですけど、後半、全日本と四大陸選手権ではすごく自分の演技をしっかりお見せすることができて、でそれに伴って結果も自分が予想する以上のものがいただけて、すごく充実したシーズンになりました。
Yes, as you say, the first part of the season was not such a good one, but around the second half of the season, starting from nationals and the four continents, things really went up, and the results also followed. My performance went up, and the results followed. So overall, so far this season, I'm thinking it was a very satisfactory or satisfying season.
Was there anything you did differently going into Japan Nationals that made it such a huge leap forward for you?
そうですね。全日本までとにかくグランプリシリーズで失敗した原因をたくさん探して、そこの修正と気持ちの面で考えながら練習するということを重きに置いて自然に、本番は緊張して頭があまり働かないと思うので、その分体にそれを叩き込んでっていうことがうまく全日本までにできたかなと思います。
Yes, so during the Grand Prix season, there were many mistakes that I made, and so I needed to analyze that and also find out what the reasons were behind those mistakes. And so I was always thinking about how to sort of remedy or address those mistakes going into nationals. And also, what I did during training was to really mentally focus and think while I was training. Obviously, during the performance itself, I know that I was going to be more nervous, and so my mind might not be all there. So that's why I needed my body to memorize everything, and then sort of rely on that memory to go into the performance of the day.
Four Continents was thrilling. You are the Four Continents champion now. You defeated a lot of really wonderful skaters. And I still remember when you found out that you won, you were so happy. You had your hands in your head in your hands, like your face in your hands, like just you couldn't believe it. It's been about a month now, and if you reflect back on that competition, what maybe surprised you the most about how you did?
本当に四大陸選手権は出るだけで自分にとってはとても価値があったので、結果を何か目標にしていたわけじゃなかったんですけど、本当に自分のやってきたことを全て出し切ることができての結果だったので、本当に、最終結果的にはとても驚いたのですが、本当にやってきたことを出しただけという自分の中で、本当にそっちの喜びの方がとても大きかったです。
Just for going into Four Continents was in itself something that I was really grateful for. I was very happy to be there. And so I didn't really have a particular result or a goal in mind that I had set myself. The goal really was to be able to put it all out there, everything that I had trained for. And then the result itself, the final result was a surprise and was very happy, but I was very happy about it. But I think I was more happy about the fact that I was able to really put all everything that I had trained for into the performance, and this is where the satisfaction came from mostly.
Well, and then you went and did a couple more domestic competitions and you skated well there too. Like it was it just like the momentum
うん。
of the season, like you were just on and you were automatic, right? Like how did those two competitions feel?
そうですね、ほんとにそのような感じで、あまりこう気負わず、あの、できたんですけど、少しこう四大陸選手権のチャンピオンという肩書きを自分でこう少しプレッシャーに感じて、あの、その国スポでも、うまくやりたいなという気持ちが、例年に増して、あの、出て、そこが緊張に繋がったのかなとは思うんですけど、もうとてもいい流れでこう四大陸から、体もよくできてたと思うので、それがこう演技に反映されたかなと思います。
Yes, as you say, I think I might have been in that kind of automatic mode. I was able to not put too much pressure on myself. However, having said that, the title of Four Continents Champion did create a little bit of a pressure on me. So going into those domestic competitions, I did feel a little more of a sort of a tension, shall we say, compared to the other times that I participated in those events. However, really the momentum was there. There was a good flow. And also, I believe that I was in great shape. The fitness was all there, so I think that I was able to put it all into my performance. And that was reflected in my performance.
Well, we're so happy that you are still skating because a couple of years ago you said you were going to retire and then you had a really great Challenge Cup competition. And I think that was when you said, maybe I should do more. Maybe I should keep going. What motivated you to continue skating after, you know, kind of deciding that you were going to retire at the end of that season?
うーん、とにとても迷ったんですけど、とにかくまだできるなという気持ちが大きかったっていうのと、やっぱり、う昨年は中庭先生が、まだ見たいという言葉を、かけてくれて、それに自分もこう自信を持って続けていいんかなっていう風な気持ちになりました。モチベーションとしては、ほんとに去年までは選手としての結果を出したかったんですけど、とにこう、将来に繋がるような新しい表現の仕方だったりというのを自分で習得したくて、今シーズンは続けることを決めました。
Well, a lot of doubt was in my mind whether I should continue or not, but eventually, I mean, ultimately, I decided that I was still, there was something left in me that I could continue. And also last season, at the beginning of last season, my coach, Mr. Nakaniwa, said he would like to see me skate a little more. So that gave me the confidence to continue. As far as the motivation is concerned, I think that until last season, I was really thinking about getting results and performances as a skater, continuing as a skater. But I also found some kind of new motivation for myself of figuring out how to improve my expression and my artistry going forward, really in the looking further into the future.
Well, speaking of which, the skating world knows you both really as an all-around skater, but also like one of the real artists of the sport. I have talked to skating fans, commentators, people who know the sport really well. And, I myself love your skating and so do many, many, many people. How did you develop your style growing up and who have your kind of artistic inspirations been?
うーん。もともと表現することがとても好きだったので、それは小さい頃たくさん、翔一郎先生に教えていただいた時からのものがあるかなと思っていて、で、さらにこの数年で成長できたのはほんとに、振付師の、ミシャがとても寄り添って表現をより楽しく教えてくださって、そこでの幅っていうのが広がったかなと思っていて、で、今回アレックスにもお願いして、アレックスとの作業もまたミーシャとは違う新しい、ララランドという曲が新しい挑戦だったので、すごく楽しい、振り付けの作業になりました。そこがすごく、ほんとに成長に繋がったかなと思ってます。
I was always interested in the artistic part of skating, and as far as my expression, I was always into that ever since I was a child. And my coach, Shoichiro Tsuzuki, really taught me a lot when I was much younger. So that started all there, but as I worked with my choreographer, Misha G, he really taught me the joy of skating and uh, expressing myself through skating. And also, he really sort of broadened my repertoire, shall we say. And then I started working with Alex, and he taught me something completely different from Misha. They're very different, but I learned a lot. This piece on the music of La La Land was a totally different challenge, and I think I was able to grow through this new cooperation, this collaboration with Alex. So I think that learning from various people really sort of made me the skater that I am today.
I love that you worked with Alex Johnson. He's one of the, when he was a competitive skater in the US, he was always known as one of the more artistic ones. He's not known to be so he's not a well-known choreographer right now, and you've kind of put him on the map in a lot of ways because of the La La Land program. How did you start working with Alex, and why did you decide to work with Alex?
そう、アレックスが1、2年前に出していた、スケート彼が滑ってる動画をインスタグラムで拝見して、で、そこからすごく素敵で、音の取り方っていうのがすごく好みだったので、そこで彼だったら新しい、今までない自分を引き出してくれるかなっていう風な、ほんとに直感でした。
So about Alex, I saw some of the videos that he posted on his Instagram account 1 or 2 years ago. And as I was watching him skate, I could tell that the way that he was moving to the music and sort of picking up the notes on the music was really something that I liked. And I thought instinctively that it would be a great match for me, and I was wanting to work with him, and he would be able to bring something out of me that was not there before. So that's why I decided to contact him and work with him.
And so, artistic inspiration, skaters you've looked up to, outside of obviously Alex and Misha, who you've worked with, anyone else that have influenced your style?
すごくたくさんいるんですけど、荒川静香さんに憧れて始めたっていうところからとても、美しいスケートが大好きなので、ほんとにちょっと一世代前のスケートをたくさん見て、カロリーナ・コストナーさんやステファン・ランビエールさん、やっぱりすごい美しいものをたくさん見て、で、皆さんも合宿などで教えてくださっていたので、すごくそれが自分の美しさを求める要因になったのかなっていうのと、 これは最近自分で気づいたんですけど、小さい頃から本田真凜ちゃんと、同い年で、たくさん一緒に試合をしてきて、とても彼女の表現力というものが、自分の中で刺激になっていたんだなというのをすごく最近改めて気づきました。
So I started skating. I was really looking up to Shizuka Arakawa. Many skaters, obviously, that I look up to, but she was one of the main people that I looked up to when I started skating. Really, I am into beautiful skating, shall I say, and a lot of the skaters from sort of past generation, one generation before ours. For example, Carolina Kostner or Stefan Lambiel. Those beautiful skaters really taught me a lot, and I really looked up to them. And those skaters, I was lucky to meet them and being taught by them during camps. And so they were my inspiration. And there's one more thing that I really recently discovered or rediscovered was that the skater Marine Honda, we from the same generation, we competed at a lot of competitions together. And I realized that I really, really liked the way she expresses herself through her skating. And she is my inspiration. She was one of my inspirations also. So I will include her.
Well, it's February. You've had now a few weeks to come down from the highs of Four Continents and Japan Nationals. Um, I know you're off to Europe soon. Can you tell me what your plans are for the next few weeks?
今の段階では、来シーズンやるかどうかをまだ決めていなくて、そこに関してはもう少しゆっくり決めたいかなと思っています。で、もう少ししたら、アートオンアイスに行くので、そちらは本当に楽しんで良いものをお見せできたらいいなと思っていて、アートオンアイス終わった後も、滑走屋というアイスショーが日本であるので、そちらにも出演させていただいて、で、4月の小さい、神奈川の地元である試合には、まず出たいかなと思っています。
As for this next season, I haven't really made up my mind whether I will continue or not, so I'll need a little bit more time to reflect on that. But in a few weeks, I'll be able to go to Europe, as you said, to Art on Ice, and I'm really hoping to show everybody some very good performances, so I'm looking forward to that. After that, I also have one other show lined up. It's Kasoya, that was produced by Daisuke Takahashi. And so I'm looking forward to that. And there's one more little domestic competition that will be taking place in the Kanagawa Prefecture, and it's called the Lily Cup. So that will probably be my last competition of this season.
Well, we're always looking forward to you skating wherever it is, whether it's art on ice or domestic competition. So thank you so much, Yuna-san, for joining me. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and best of luck and enjoy the shows in Europe.
Yes,
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。Thank you.